Hi, guys. Welcome to Real Talk with Real Food Recovery. This week, we are talking about the practice of discipline. And I love our title about with emphasis on practice, because really discipline is a practice. It is not something for me that has always come naturally. But what I have found is when I practice discipline, it feels like discipline begets discipline. And the more success I have in that area, I just have enjoyed so many grand benefits that it really pulls me into wanting to do more of that and lean into it, because there's just so many payoffs that come with that calm brain. That's my ultimate goal, to be at peace and have this calm brain. So the more discipline I have in my life, the more inviting it is to me to live in a mental space where I can thrive the most. Jamie, what do you have to say about this topic?
I love that the whole topic of discipline being a practice, right? So, when we think about the word practice, you might think of maybe a medical doctor having a practice, or an individual having a yoga practice, or practice, the phrases like practice makes perfect, which is hilarious. Practice makes progress. Um, but it doesn't make perfection. But what I really appreciate about the whole idea of the practice of something is that it suggests that it's not inherent. It doesn't come easily. There's no expectation that that we don't have this, so therefore we're good, bad, or below the line or above the line. It's really just the idea that the practice of discipline can be cultivated, and therefore discipline can be cultivated. And yeah, it's for sure the discipline is really, my discipline is the bridge between my goals and my accomplishments. And there are days that my practice of discipline is not as put together or as intentional as other days. And that that idea of, okay, where is my discipline on point today? If I'm not disciplined in these areas, where have I been disciplined in other areas? And sometimes it's the practice of discipline, of looking at what I am doing versus what I'm not doing. So
Mhm.
again, it can be applied in lots of different ways, but the idea that it's a skill that can be developed. It is not
Yeah.
something that you were born with. It is not something that, oh, I don't have it, so I guess I just don't hit my goals in life.
Mhm.
That is um, self sabotage, self.
Combat. Mhm.
And discipline is a skill nobody has. It is a skill that needs to be developed and can be developed in all of us. Shay, what are your thoughts here?
Yes, such a great topic, ladies. And I think we really need to redeem this word discipline, because in a lot of my root cause trauma informed coaching that I've done, I've had to work through a lot for folk because of negative experiences around the word discipline, or what they've experienced. And I saw a quote a long time ago that went, "Stop trying and start training." If we think
Oh,
about the root word, yes, stop trying and start training. If we think about the root word of discipline, it comes from that word disciple, isn't it? And in different faith things around what is a disciple? It's to become like the person that they're following, or, the people they're following. And so when we putting things into practice, and I love what you said just now, Jamie, about the practice. Yeah, practice makes permanent. It doesn't make perfect, does it? There is no such thing, as it were. But none of us as little kids got, well, maybe there's those one or two that got on the bicycle the first time and rode it, or got the shoelaces tied perfectly the first time. No, but it takes practice. It does take that consistent stretching and growing and learning and stuff. So I think we need to really access the gift that is in that consistency, that as we just keep moving forward, growing in that, we will end up having the permanent that started out through our practice. So just it's growing. I think at the end of the day, it's growing all the time.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
And I also want to add one quote that I love by Abraham Lincoln. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and
yeah,
what you want most.
so
Mhm.
good.
So I love that quote. I think that is a beautiful way to end this talk on the practice of discipline.
Perfect. And as you guys were talking, it occurred to me that as we're talking about the practice of discipline, practice to me is also means priority. You're
Mm.
willing to prioritize what's important to you, and you just naturally will start practicing the things that are most important.
For sure.
So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate you. And if you want to find out more about us, you can find us at realfoodrecovery4u.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. And until then, we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.